plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hughes. That's Joe Hughes.
It's absurdity in RPG font. I got brahies behind creased cardboard, but you don't pull up chairs for humor, do you? You shouldn't miss this guy Cthulhu. He shakes a stone as Light Eldritch, compelling you, the viewers, to hit the merch store. 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 Walnut's Grove is gone, which sucks for a druid. Plus mail is strong, but nuts wise into it. Sigils on the cave wall stabbed like daggers. She took wolf form and she howled aloud. She bit at Cthulhu and she snapped her snout. And by her instincts led you to the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Rosie, she's shopped there before. All her grandkids get gifts from the store. Little halflings with their kingpins playing footloose. I've seen them picnic beneath the stars, wearing their bright dark magic scarves. It's a one-stop shop for birthdays at the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store.
Denard's a paladin, dragonborn, who treats everybody else with scorn. But you know that they all deserve it, don't you? He gains entitlement from bits, or so Jerry claims, so I guess it fits. And they both expect you all to hit the merch store.
Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Maybe there are gods beyond whose tendrils shift their waking pawns, but Jerry kinda seems like he has got this. Except the times when the phones light up and ideas arise that outright erupt, and Jerry's gone volcanic, cursing Rothfuss. What now, Rothfuss? Come on, Rothfuss. Ignore Rothfuss. Gosh darn Rothfuss. Dang it, Rothfuss. My game, Rothfuss. Go home, Rothfuss.
Shut up,
Rothfuss. Flippin' Rothfuss. Let's not do this. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store.
Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. Here comes the legend, the bravest of brave.
Fiercer than lions, more southern than you. He's conquered our hearts, and he'll conquer hell too. Joe Hughes.
Summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us! Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome, one and all, to an evening of joy-filled fun here on the Hermitcraft server. Earlier today, we helped hermits. It was awesome. We got to play the demo of the new Hermits Helping Hermits song, which I need to listen to at least one more time before I send my brother his feedback. I mean, I guess technically it's my feedback for him. I don't know. It's like if I'm sending someone a present, is it their present or is it my present for them? Who knows? Criticism is kind of like a gift in that, the German word for that is poison or something. I don't know. We'll come back to that later. Here's what we got. We got a random bit of sandstone here that needs to go. Bye-bye, sandstone. You're out. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. Okay. We have to do a little bit of kind of cleanup work here. Now, I need to record an outro to the interview that I did with Quinn. And I did that interview in the boat while I was working on it. And I wanted to get the glass done so that I could do the outro inside the boat. Then we got to record an outro to the parkour thing we did with Cub Fan yesterday. So we have 2 episodes of Hermitcraft that are like 95% filmed and partially edited. So we're going to have 2 episodes coming out pretty shortly, but I got to, make it. So yeah, the Joe Pasty and the face camera size is from the earlier Hermits Helping Hermits stream. We are actually $10 away from the next face camera expansion. We are currently at 50% Joe Pasty. So it's all downhill from here, folks. My freelance work went well. I've got some more to do tomorrow. It's kind of nice, to have, ideally, I want to do more entertainment work and less freelance work in the long term. But in the short term, it's the middle of the pandemic, or hopefully the tail end of a pandemic. Who knows yet? But having some extra cash is not necessarily the worst thing. I'm also trying to save up for a mortgage. The earliest I could actually buy a house or a condo, more likely, would be early next year because of the way the FHA loans work. But yeah, so I'm picking up work as I get it. Let's see. NJ finished presentation. Glad to hear it. Desfire14 tips 10, who says, "Let's go, Bigger Joe." So here we go. Actually, I forgot to reset that. Here we go. Expand Jost. Do. And we're going to lower that Joe Pasty now to a comfortable 42%. There we go. If you had a question about the Joe Pasty, that's where it is. The 2 years of self-employment will hit... so it's not 2 years of self-employment. It's 2 years of tax returns as self-employed. So it'll be around April 15th of next year. I mean, I can technically file a little bit earlier, but not too much earlier because I'll be waiting on W-2s or 1099 MISCs or whatever, 1099 NECs, all that stuff. I got to get all that stuff in. Also, let me make sure I've got everything muted. I had some alerts turned on before so I wouldn't miss calls or important things. So there we go. But I am not Stephen King's son. I was really mad that he chose a name so similar to my own. I was like, you can't be serious. You've got to be joking. Okay, let's see. Praxia says, I was happy I was able to catch HHA earlier for an hour. Awesome, yeah. Hermit's Helping Hermits was really good. So yeah, I was in Excel earlier today, and I built myself a little mortgage calculator where it's like, okay, if you have a good enough credit rating, you can get an FHA loan with only 3.5% down payment. But if you don't hit that threshold on the credit rating, you need 10% down, which is still better than the traditional 20. Once my vaccine is fully kicked in, I need to go talk to a loan officer at my bank about trying to get some sort of loan, because when I talked to the mortgage person last year, they said, oh yeah, you just need to get some sort of credit going, like take out a small loan or get a credit card. And because I'm recently self-employed, I was turned down for all the credit cards I applied for, which then hurt my credit rating. So I need to go to the bank and be like, hey, can I borrow $600 or something? Just let me borrow some amount of money and then pay it back, please. Because I need to get my credit rating comfortably in that zone for the good, the smaller down payment. I'd rather pay more, though Connor says sometimes credit unions are more helpful. I actually do have a credit union, but I don't know if everybody... We have a lot of non-English speakers, so I've just been using the word bank as a simplification. But yeah, I actually do have a credit union. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't qualify for a VA loan because of the nature of the discharge. So I was never because I had my medical problems while I was in ROTC and I was never active duty. I've got like a administrative discharge. It's not good for anything. As I am not a veteran. I never served overseas. I never was active duty. It's fine. But yeah. Mahiz0 says, I keep saying an app that lets you report subscriptions toward your credit rating. Well, what the mortgage person said when I applied, or when I talked to them, I actually did apply for one last year, and I didn't get it. But what they specifically said was I needed the 2 years and that I needed to have some sort of credit because my credit was basically perfect, except for the fact that I haven't borrowed money in the last few years. So all I need to do is borrow some money and pay it. Because I'm already acing everything else. Like, I don't need to improve my credit score along any other vector because there's probably... The only thing that I don't have max points in is borrowing money and paying it back. So, okay. Let's see. So we finished the glass on that part. We do need to put in the stairs. Okay. Jurassic Bark says, if you get a personal loan from a bank, you might need a cosigner on that loan. Yeah, well, the thing is, if I say, okay, I have X amount in savings here, and I've had that amount in savings, like, continuously, and I want to borrow, like, 1/5 of that. Like, I'm hoping that that'll be good enough. Like, so the thing is, they needed 2 years of self-employed income tax returns for the mortgage, but for a small loan, I'm hoping just 1 year, so I can show them my 2020 return, and then, yeah. Yeah, USA credit stuff is weird. We are still setting up the stream, Matthew. That's why it says that. Okay, so I'm realizing I need to count out the distance to the middle here. So we actually didn't shift this over one. I think I just left it aligned with the back of the ship, which is gonna be wrong. So we'd actually have like, so that's 8 there. Then if we go this way, boom, boom. Oh. Never mind, I am brilliant and perfect in every way. We did it. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't the credit score system established in the 1970s? I think it was later than that. Though Connor says, I can co-sign you for $600. Yeah, but I would rather not have anyone co-sign for me. I would rather them just give me a loan for $600. That would be really great. Like, but yeah. Well, like, I really don't think it should be necessary to get a cosigner for a small enough loan. So I'm just gonna have to sit down and talk to somebody and be like, what is it? What is the threshold for what I can borrow now and then pay it back over time to build my credit? So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so the thing is that is going to get progressively less and less. So this is the midline of those stairs, and that's just going to be wrong by the time we get over to, like, here. Right, so I think what we're going to want to do is we want to have enough space in between these that they're not, like, blatantly just 1 or 2 blocks off. We want it to be, like, way diagonal. Okay. Like, I mean, I had thought about having 2 stairwells in this big one in the middle, but now I'm thinking about it, and I'm not sure. We don't necessarily need to get this sorted for the recording, but it is on my mind. Okay. So let's go ahead and I just wanted to get the glass in general. It's kind of weird over there with all the torches in the back. And we have enough glass, though. We can rip out this furnace thing at least. What I probably should be doing is just chopping these up. Picking them up as I go. Marek says, so how much do you need now, Joe? Like, for a down payment on a house? It depends on the house or the condo, and it depends on what, like, ideally, if I had 100% of it, that would be ideal. But I don't know if I need 3% yet or 10%. I'm hoping that so if you have the best credit rating, you can qualify for a 3.5% down payment. I don't want to only pay 3.5%. I'd like to pay as much as possible, but you know, it'll open up my options. If I see something that's like, well, that's a really good deal, but it's a little bit pricier than I wanted, you know, it's like, well, anything I buy, I'm going to be hopefully living there for a while. So it's like, well, paying a little more up front or paying a higher price might work out. Especially in terms of, like, if it affects how my business works, having a better situation there. So, Sarah Smile says, my mom used to pay for purchases with her Target card and then pay them off at the register to boost her credit. Yeah, see, the thing is that because I'm so recently self-employed in the middle of a pandemic that they consider me unemployed, no credit card company will give me a credit card, which is shocking to me because it's America. They throw credit cards at everybody. But yeah, apparently during the pandemic, anybody that's just had a job that no longer has a job, they're like, you know, we'll give it a few months. Come back to us next year. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, it never occurred to me I would have a hard time getting a credit card. So, yeah. But, like, I've never actually applied for a credit card before because I had so much educational debt when I got out of college, I didn't want to take on more. So I didn't, like... Oh, man, I should be fixing stuff. Let's put put that in our offhand there. Actually, let's put that in our offhand. Boop. Boom, boom, boom. They give out subprime mortgages, not Twitch prime mortgages. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I applied for a credit card through my credit union, which the mortgage person recommended, and they turned me down. And I asked why, and they said, because it looks like you're unemployed. And I'm like, but I'm not unemployed. You see the money coming in every month. And they're like, we can't count that until it's on a tax return. You used to have a job, and now you don't have a job. I'm like, oh my God. So now that I've got my taxes filed for 2020, I can actually go back and try and apply for something. But basically, all that was on hold until now. They wanted me. So that's the thing, is a whole bunch of people lost their jobs during the pandemic and then claimed to be self-employed. And so it doesn't matter that I actually am self-employed. They're going to consider me unemployed. So I'm like, thanks. Yeah, it's fine. It's on my to-do list. But anyway, so yeah, taking on a little bit of extra work in the short term will hopefully help out with that. Marek Zelinsky says, so if you got a donation for 500 or 10 times 50 donations, which one of those would help you more? It from a credit score point of view, it doesn't matter how the tips come in. Like, basically, it's all income. Like, anything that I make goes into my tax return, and then they use that to determine how much what my income is. Yeah, they throw credit cards at college students. They don't throw credit cards at people who are 34, 35 and lose their job during a pandemic. Which I didn't. I quit my job so I could do this, but they don't care. It's all the same to them. So, okay. I kind of want to move that furnace somewhere better. Boom, 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 boom. Strayhorn, thank you for the 10, who says, I appreciate the work you do, Joe. Well, I appreciate you supporting my show. That's going to put us 10 away from the next face camera expansion. Thank you, Strayhorn. Who's they? The bank and the credit card agencies? Okay. Josh says, you need to set up an LLC and get a business credit card. No, see, the thing is, that doesn't help me because I need to build my personal credit score so I can get a personal mortgage. I can't buy a house with the business's credit score, right? I don't need a credit card. I don't need a loan, like, except for the fact that the only reason that I'm trying to get one of these things is so it makes it easier for me to get the mortgage later. Because, like, yeah. So yeah, it's not like, oh, I need a shortcut to get a credit card. Let me use somebody else's name or create a business or something. No, it's... Hey, thank you, Christina, for the 50, who says credit cards are bad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't have one. I have had no interest in getting a credit card up until the point where the mortgage person was like, if you want a mortgage, it would really help. Either way, though, that gives us 3 face camera expansions. So here we go. Expand. Just do. Lowering the opacity now to 32%. That was numero uno. Numero dos. Expand the joust. Do. Dang it, where is my face? There it is. Lowering the opacity again to 24%. And then one more. Thanks again to Christina for funding all 3 of these face camera expansions. Man, I'm grabbing all these layers that I don't want to be grabbing. Let's turn off these other layers. There we go. What is this layer? There's somewhere there's a layer that's... Okay, there we go. Expand joust. Do. And I can't find my face now. Because I'm a ghost! Oh no. That lowers the opacity to 20%. Okay. Yep. Cosmic Starfruit says, one of the worst parts of building credit might be that having 0 credit can be worse than having bad credit. I don't know if it's actually worse than having bad credit, but it's not ideal. So, yeah. Dun. Kind of want to put this bed here. Upgrade. Get a little bit of colorful dye there. Alrighty. So we got the glass in. We removed the furnace. I kind of want to put the furnace over here so that way when it's running, the skeleton farm is also running. But we are gonna bump into the redstone for this, which is not ideal. Yeah, But this wall is basically taken. You know, actually putting it up here might not be crazy. I don't know that we need... I don't know that we need this, because... Better spawner... Upscale smelter. Yeah, let's go ahead and take down this whole thing here. And... Ecliptic says, are you able to create an LLC? Yes, but that has nothing to do with the mortgage issue. The other concern I have is I don't want to create an LLC in the state of Tennessee if I end up relocating. There's a few things that are up in the air about my long-term living situation. So... I'm going to wait to formally incorporate as an LLC. I could count a house as a business expense. I don't think I can, Silvertime. I think that would count as piercing the corporate veil, which is not ideal. Josh Lipscomb says, what's the ongoing vision objective for the Minecraft project? Right now, we are just moving the furnace out of the big thing. Hopefully that's not too forward to cause light to spill through in there too much. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that'll be good. And then we put hoppers on top of these, and then yeah, that'll work. Well, a company car is a lot more accepted as a business expense traditionally than a company house. There are definitely reasons that somebody could count a car as a business expense in a way that counting a house would be difficult to do. Like, I'm not trying to get creative here. The only reason this came up is because I am working to make money to pay for a down payment on a house. There's no trying to beat the system. Dang it, I did the wrong things there. I need the furnaces there. I'm not trying to beat any system. I'm just... I tried to get my credit rolling last year, but I needed to get that 2020 tax return filed. Now that it's filed, and my vaccine is going to be kicking in fully like next week, it's time to start doing the work. I'm going to go talk to somebody at the, I was going to say bank again, but credit union, and, you know, then I'm going to earn the amount of money that I need, and I'm hopefully going to get this all sorted out. But yeah, I don't need some sort of creative, like, messing with the IRS solution. I don't have time to fight the IRS. I'm just going to do it right. I didn't work this hard to have to take a shortcut that could get me sent to jail for tax evasion. I worked this hard so I don't have to stress on that stuff. Dun dun dun. Okay. Why am I putting these chests here? Because I'm building a furnace thing. Like, I don't know if y'all give everybody advice to try to, like, questionably defraud the IRS, or only YouTubers because you think that we aren't capable of earning money otherwise, but I don't know. Like, I have a very reasonable plan that I think is gonna be fine. I don't need to outmaneuver anybody. I just need to go through it step by step. Do I work a day job separate from YouTube? I do some freelance development work. That's about all I have time for right now, because I'm a single parent and I'm taking care of my kid who's doing virtual school. So it is very difficult to do too much. Okay, so I feel like, so we got the furnace set up. It would be nice to get that fueled and... Hey, it looks like we just got a tip here. Thank you to Alice for the 5, who says, here's to not getting sent to jail for tax evasion. Thanks, Alice. I appreciate the foresight. That puts us 15 away for the next Facecamp expansion. Okay. So, looks like it's getting dark out. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to be kind of ramping up some of my development work. I'm going to be doing some pro bono stuff for the Draw for Charity website, and like I said, I'm going to be doing some client work. Does my kid watch Hermitcraft? Sometimes. Okay, so I actually spent 2 hours streaming earlier, and my drink is empty. So I'm going to take an early hydration break. I know we usually don't do these a half hour into the stream, but I will be right back. Here we go. This is Deep into Undermountain. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Do.
One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost. All the wisps and wasps and the mezzoloss, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles, and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Undermountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Undermountain.
Welcome back, everyone, from that hydration break. And it looks like Merrick is rolling in with 500, who says, there goes my PC. You deserve, Joe. Merrick, if you need a PC, please don't give money to people, but thank you. I'm going to assume you have good enough judgment to make your own decisions. Merrick continues, make sure there is an ice cream for your daughter in the freezer and a cold beer for your brother for those great tunes. Will do, Merrick. Let's go ahead, get that abacus out. Okay, we're going to have to do this a bit at a time because we are getting close to the Beetlejuice. So here we go. First 20. Oh, dang it, what am I... The abacus is falling on stuff. Expand Jost. Do. I appreciate you, Maverick. Thank you for the kind tip. It is awesome, and we're down to 16. Joe Passity. D. Alrighty, so the next 15. Okay, so the next 20 is going to bring us $5 past our next face camera expansion. So here we go. Grow Hills. Do. And then we're going to lower that Joe Pasty now. Once I find my face, it's here somewhere. Come on, face. Where is it? Where is that face? What am I seeing? Is that that's the headphone? That's the headphone on that side? There it is. There's my eye. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 12%. Alrighty, here we go. Numero trace. So we're up to 60 out of 500, thanks to Merrick. Grow Hills. Do. And let's see, is OBS completely broken? OBS really starts breaking at a certain point. But hey, look, we're on the new version of OBS, which doesn't quite break as much, so I can recenter it. And hopefully, there's my eye. Lower the Joe Pasty now to 9%. Boom. Thank you, Merrick, for that. The next 20 brings us to 80 out of 20. So here we go. Expand Jost. Do. Oh no, OBS did hit its limit, so RC2 of version 27 doesn't completely fix some of the transform bugs we hit. But either way, that's fine. We're not going to be here long, bringing us down to 6%. Alrighty. Thank you, Merrick. The next 20 is going to bring us to 100 out of 500 on that tip. And here we go. It's time to grow hills. Do. A lot of clicking and dragging at this point. OBS is... All of the other transform tools are broken. We can only click and drag. There, that's, I think, part of my face. Yeah, I think so. It's something. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 3%. And then the next one, here we go. We're up to 120. Actually, no, it's 115. Brings us evenly to our next face camera expansion. And let me tell you something about this next face camera expansion. We've got a whole song about it. Assuming that I can find it in this playlist.
Dear live stream viewers, watched my face. It took up your screens and began to fade. It replaced some pixels from a game you like. And this is my job, so I wanna be a webcam expander. Webcam expander. It's off-color optics from a broken cam, and some of the chat just throws up its hands. The Jost is beaten for showtime now. It's a heady job, and he wants to be a webcam expander. Webcam expander. Webcam expander.
Webcam expander. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here. The Beetlejost with the Beetlemost. We've just processed the first 115 of Merrick's tip there. So we still have a little bit to go on account of it being, 500 total. So here we go. Let's go ahead and we're doing this in 50s now that I'm the Beetlejost because, hey, I'm worth it. So, boom, 165. Here we go. Howdy, y'all. Beetlejost here. Broadcasting as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Boom. Next 50. Boom. That brings us to 200 and... Wait. Hold on. No, that brings us to 215. Yeah, that's right. I can do math. I went to Harvard. You know, I was in the gift shop anyway. Here we go. Expand the Beetlejuice. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. It wasn't that great a gift shop. Honestly, you might as well just keep walking. You know. Okay, so anyway, there we go. Next 50. Let's see. We were at 215, so that's 265 now. So, numero trace. Expand this beautiful face. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Alrighty, there we go. So another 50 brings us to 315. So, here we go. It's me again, your Beetlejost friend. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Alrighty, so that was 315. Wow. Okay, another 50 brings us to 365. And you know what? I think we're getting there. We're not quite at the chains yet, but I hope you're ready. There we go. Beetlejost Quattrost. So here we go. Another 50. That's 415. Boom. Now, like that Jacob Marley fella. Sometimes you got to think about other people. So here we go. It's time to make humanity our business. Enter the Beetlejost. Do. It's showtime. Bringing that down to 90% Beetlejost pasty here already. And let's see. So what did I say? We were at 415. So another... That'll bring us up to 465 here. Here we go. Expand the Beetlejost. Do. Lowering that Joe Pesty now to 80%. And then, let's see, if that was 465, then we need to move, let's see, 30 would be 495. Then another 5. So we got 15 left to the next Beetlejost expansion. So there we go. Withervane says, first time for the Beetlejost, and I'm in love. Well, let me tell you something. That's very common. You look at the skin. Everybody wants a piece of it. What can I say? Let me not hit the boom with the chains. That's unprofessional. Okay. Here we go. Where was I? Minecraft or something. I guess we can go ahead and take down the setting up stream sign because we're there. Okay. Let's go ahead and open this door here. Is it night again? Did we spent the whole day expanding the face camera. But you know, that's okay. Merrick, thank you again for your support of the show. I appreciate it. Am I gonna play the song? I played the song. We played the webcam expander. What Minecraft YouTubers did you watch when you began YouTube? There really weren't that many. That wasn't. My biggest inspiration on YouTube was Hannah Hart, who did the My Drunk Kitchen. I basically just had the idea to do a Minecraft series where I was kind of Odyssean, if you will, and like, there was nobody else really doing that to watch. But, like, yeah, I didn't watch Minecraft videos on YouTube when I started making them. But, yeah, look at this skin. Okay, where were we? Casey Migrant says, taught second grade a few years ago, and what do I want to be when I grow up? Projects were all streamers and influencers. Yeah, see, that wasn't the case when I was a kid. Okay, so we came over here. We got the furnaces. Let's just put all the buckets in here for now. We'll sort that later, I think. Okay. I kind of feel like I should go and deal with the fuel situation up here. To some degree, you know, there's actually a bunch of kelp I kind of need to clear out anyway. Maybe I should get a boat and clear out all the kelp. It might just be 2. I thought there was a lot more. Yeah, there's some over here. Okay. So we'll need a boat for this on account of the, Dang it. There we go. Got the kelp now. Okay, where was I? Dang it. I wanted to swim fast. So when we chop the bottom of the kelp, it'll all float to the surface, and then we'll use the boat to gather all the bits. Boom. There we go. I wanted to have this channel relatively clear of kelp, and what we're running into, especially with the terraforming over here, is that you can't really, But how low is... Dang it. This is really hard to see, even without me blocking the screen. Oh, did I take off my good helmet? I think I did. Let's wear the good helmet for the kelp farming. Okay, so you see all that starting to bubble up to the surface there. That's what the boat's for. But not yet, because we got some more to actually harvest down here. Now that our bubs have been filled. You know, bubs, of course, are a unit of measure used by Wolverine from the X-Men to indicate how long he can hold his breath before his mutant regeneration powers have to kick in. Raina Mir says the Beetlejuice just blew me away. What can I say? You know, it's a pretty common response. Okay. So here we go. Liaro says, I was about to say things got weird quick today, but I forgot this is stream number 2. Hey, Liaro, hope you had a good stream yourself earlier. Okay, so a lot of the, what do you call it, kelp seems to be trapped under here. We can feed the kelp into the furnaces to make more fuel for more furnaces. That is an option we have as adult, mature professionals. Okay. So, let's go ahead and see what we can grab back here. Some of the kelp seems to have gone this way, along with the zombies, which we don't need. Not in the market for as many of those, sadly. Them. Okay. I can jump on things, but not very easily when I'm reading the chat, sorry. Okay. So somewhere down here... Wait, is that just another random guy? How do we keep finding these guys? This is, like, inconvenient. Here, get in the boat. No, in. Didn't get in the boat. Okay, now he's in the boat. Good. Now he won't despawn. I think. Do I have to name tag him, too? I think if he's just in the boat, he won't despawn. Okay. Somewhere over here, though, I thought that I had gotten rid of some kelp. Oh, here it is. Getting all that kelp. Okay. There's a little bit more over here. See, this is exactly the sort of thing we need to cull. Patrols can spawn every 10-ish minutes during the day. What a 10-ish racket. Where did this guy come from? Probably the sea. Back to the sea with you. I say you return to the sea. Okay. Got a little bit more kelp under here, don't need. Doing well, Crystal Moon. Thank you for asking. The whatever channel says, did I miss Hermit's helping Hermits? Sure did. It was earlier today. Cleo and I had a good time working on some paths. It was not canceled. Hermit's helping Hermits is designed to scale up or down depending on the number of Hermits available. Today, there were not very many Hermits available, so we did it anyway because that's the way it was designed. Okay, this is why I didn't cut this one down before, because it's all the way down here, apparently. Am I still in range of that thing? That's crazy. I didn't realize that thing had a range like this. Also, I should probably go get another boat. Gonna need a bigger boat, or one that exists. Okay, so here we go. Do the boat. B, you want to help me gather some kelp? Yeah, you do. Kelp help! You can tell pop psychiatry is going well when the kelp help section of the bookstore just keeps growing. Probably should have said, like, psycho-oceanography or something. Crystal Moon says, you look great today. Thanks, I look great every day. Alrighty. So, as I'm looking at this, yeah, I just don't want there to be too much kelp in the silhouette down here of the sea. I want this to look like a shipping channel, and it doesn't look like a shipping channel if it's filled with kelp. Oh, I can't break this boat because the bee will be abandoned. So, or abandoned. I don't know. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a more differenter boat. Let's get two, because we're going to lose them. Just realistically, not my strong suit. Okay, so where are these kelp fronds landing that are ruining the silhouette of the thing? Okay, I think they're these. Probably should have got one of those potions that lets me breathe under the water. Or see under the water. Both of those potions would have been very apt potions for getting in this very particular situation. Where we are just generating a ton of entities. Somewhere down here there's a guy throwing a trident, I think, because I took some damage. But I'm not, like, at the health point yet. The health would be close. Look at all this kelp ruining my view. Good thing I switched to my good helmet. Oh, yeah, there's a zombie guy. Okay, so we're going to go up there, and we're going to use the boat to collect all this. And then we're gonna... So those furnaces we got... You're like, Joe, why'd you get all those furnaces moved? Well, the first thing we're gonna do with them is we're gonna use them to harvest, or to process all the kelp that we just gathered. Look at this. Look at all this kelp floating up here. We'll all float up. Okay. We'll all float up anyway. This is the best time of day to use the server to gather a bunch of kelp. Because it's not, you know, killing anybody else's frame rates. Okay. And they're just all slowly floating to the surface. So we can just kind of do this as kind of zigzag, occasionally zoom a little bit further out than we would otherwise. Alrighty. Hey, welcome, Mr. Toby. I hope you're enjoying the show. Wow, we've actually managed to completely fill up our... Okay, this one scaffold isn't really going to be worth holding on to here. Will we be doing the other two parkour courses sometimes? Asks Devin Crotties. Devin Crotties, that is indeed the plan. Joe, just let them disappear. No, because I want to use them for fuel. But I have two parts of this plan. One, I don't want them visible from when you're near the Ever Given. Two, I want to cook them so we can use them as fuel. We got two parts of this. How is this enjoyable watching a static face? This is not static. This is dynamic. Learn about the difference. I recommend college level physics class, for example, would they would cover that pretty well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put the vines in a storage here. We don't really need to be carrying those around. Just dead weight. Okay, there we go. And we can dump the excess bone meal as well. And the excess glass. Ready. Cool. So the idea is that when people are approaching the Ever Given, I want it to look like it's actually blocking a real shipping channel, and a real shipping channel wouldn't have kelp visible, right? So we need to go through. We need to chop down all the kelp. Some of it's over here, apparently. And you gotta get it at the root, or it'll just grow back. You gotta go all the way down to the bottom. Oh, we're collapsing in caves, too. That's fine. We'll do it all. Okay, I wasn't expecting that guy to be there. He apparently was a zombie of some sort. A water zombie, if you can believe it. They've got zombies in the water now in Minecraft. Nowhere is safe. It used to be you'd be safe if you went in the water. But now it's like Jaws in here. The mayor won't close the beach. Come on, Scar. I know it's tourist season, but that tax revenue is less important than people's lives. He doesn't care. How's it Joeing? It's Joeing well. Okay, so, where did we lose that boat? You know what, that's why we brought a second one. Wow, they're still floating to the surface. We'll give them some time to do that. But in the meantime, we'll collect the ones that are up here so they don't despawn. There's only 5 minutes on them. Okay. I'm realizing I maybe haven't remembered to post the PayPal link today. Probably should, or during the stream. We are $15 away from the next Beetlejuice expansion. Right there. Keep in mind, once we get to the Beetlejuice, we are on $50 milestones. So we are $15 away from the next expansion, thanks to Marek putting us well over the top there. And then we are 50 away from the one beyond that. Okay. It's Joe and Will. Thank you, Marek. Not water zombies, no. They're like the most hydrated of zombies. Hydration is a human tool, but they're using it against us. How ironic. Yeah, I've never actually gotten to see a musical on Broadway, but we have them here at TPAC, the Tennessee Performing Arts Center. Dominic says, have you considered renting? I'm already renting. The problem is, when I look back at the last, 6 years, I have spent probably over $100,000 on rent. Maybe not 6 years, maybe 7, but I haven't done. I haven't done the real math on this, but I have spent so much money on rent that if I had been building equity, I would be way ahead. I can theoretically keep paying rent forever, but, should I? The other thing is that I can't really make improvements to the place. If I want to build a real studio, I need to be able to, put in things and remove things and route things in a way that if I own my own place, I'd have a lot more freedom. Right now, I'm continuously routing around other people's stuff. you know, it's one of those things like, you know, if my goal is to be an independent artist in the long term, you know, it's not great if I'm in a situation where my landlord can hike up the rent again. Like, I had, like, the situation I was in with my last landlord, I don't want a repeat of. I would rather just try and own a place myself, so I don't have to worry about them being like, hey, we want to drive you out so we can renovate, or stuff like that. I want to be able to really make a place my own at some point. So I feel like that's something reasonable to work toward. Where did I leave that boat? Yeah, maybe let's go grab that. That would be a good short-term goal, get to the boat. Doing pretty okay on picking up these here. Inventory now. Oh, dang it! When did I pick up that scaffolding again? I thought I got rid of that last time. There we go. What's the kelp for? Smelting. Smelting kelp. Josh DiLorenzo says, hey, Joe, just wanted to say I love the new song. Sorry, I missed the live drop. Hey, you know what? Actually, for anybody who wants to hear the... Since we're still working on the demo, this is not finished. This is the demo version of the song. And I need to listen to it like 8 times anyway, so that I can give my brother feedback. Let's go ahead and play that demo, the first draft version of the Hermits Helping Hermits theme. Far from any build. Here we go.
From the mining mesa, the helping hermit stream, mocking in the rages of their chat proximity. They plop their blocks down quickly toward their stated goal. And when y'all tune in, your laughter's uncontrolled. When the last flight brings more blocks and the fireworks go cold, Hermitcraft will build together, not alone. So watch with us each Monday, remember to follow, so the chat can see you there, so you never miss a show.
So there you go. That was the demo. I think we're going to turn up the bass a little bit. We're going to add a few more vocal layers. But hey, thank you to Amanda Mailey, or Mailey. I'm not sure if I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Who says, fun side note, a lot of people live in Ohio because of cheap land value and reasonably priced groceries. Good note, Amanda. That puts us 10 away from the next phase camera expansion. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to make sense for us. There's a lot of factors, including like where family lives, and things like that. Because some of my family is looking to relocate, and so kind of coordinating with them, make sure that, because like one of the big things keeping me in Tennessee is that my family is here, but I want to keep an eye on where they're going. So I don't think they're going to Ohio though. But yeah, thank you. Rude Boy 606 says it really connects with the youth. Thank you. I'm glad. That was what I was hoping for. I felt like that song would really connect with the youth. Okay. Apparently the Suez Canal may or may not have kelp, but it definitely has invasive pufferfish. See, that's good to know. Okay, actually, let's go get more buckets of lava, and then we'll just do this right. So there is a tunnel down here. I used to have to wall it up so that the bees didn't go down it and get lavaed. I think, was it here? Hey, there we go. So you can just roll this way. So we'll use the lava to get the kelp started. Current geopacity is 80%. XB was so confused by the bee. Yeah. Rude Boy says, in Cincinnati, people move to Kentucky because of cheaper land and groceries. Yeah. Daniel says, I poo-pooed it yesterday, but it's growing on me. It's gonna be better once he gets more layers in it. This is like the skeleton of a song. Like, it's not necessarily as attractive as it's going to be. Okay. So 4 in there, 3, 4. I might have done this math badly. Well, whatever. So the thing is, that's going to immediately dump out a bunch of these. And it's starting to cook the kelp already. Yay! I almost thought I heard somebody else, but there's nobody else on here. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and quickly, just to make sure that that kelp keeps cooking. Kelp keeps on cooking, cooking, cooking. Into the future. Marek Zielinski says, I moved from England to Ireland because my sister was there and we both agreed if we wanted to tie our lives somewhere, we want our parents to have a shorter journey and to make it easier on them. Yeah, the big thing is making sure that my daughter and I are near family, and we're still figuring out exactly what that looks like. Because I have a lot of flexibility about where I can live because of my job. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to have my daughter moving around a bunch of times. So if we move, I want to move once so that she can be in the same school district or whatever through high school until she goes to college. And that's one of the things too with, like, if we're going to buy a house, like, I don't want to buy a house somewhere cheap with bad schools. I'd rather just keep renting for an extra year or two and save more money and then try to buy the house in the school district we want, So Daniel Chapieski says, close enough to visit, but not to drop by. Here's the thing, though, is like when you're a single parent, you kind of want the grandparents closer rather than far away, because, like, it's really hard to take care of a kid by yourself, which I've been doing this for the last year because of COVID. And, like, yeah, at this point, like, I would appreciate some help. So, okay. Remy the Rambler says, man, yeah, I've seen the kids when I was in high school who went to 3, 4, 5 high schools. Seemed exhausting. Yeah, I moved right before middle school and right before high school when I was a kid, and that was hard. 2 moves was really hard. And so I'm resigned to the fact that one might be necessary, but I want to make it count. So, kilos of kelp cooking, indeed. We are going to cook all the kilos of kelp. Oh no, is it getting dark? Back into here. Ow. I'm a bee. Earl Lemongrab says, I had to move right in the middle of high school and it really sucked. Yeah, that sounds hard. I at least got to go to the same high school for all 4 years, but you know. Okay, so we want to make sure that we get the boat and we move it back out into the... Or actually, let's not move it back out of the middle. Let's just put it in our pocket for later. So we have it. Okay. So to make sure that we're actually cutting down the kelp that's ruining our view. So we've already kind of cleared the kelp in a channel out this way toward the shopping district, right? So I like cleared out all this kelp down here to make it feel like there's actually like a shipping lane. But then if you're flying over here... Did I actually get it all? No, there's still some. I should have got the potions. I forgot which chest I put the potions in, though. Which is an oversight. Or a joversight, if you will. But, like, this would be a lot more watchable with the potions. So, I say with my face over half the screen anyway. But it would also make sure that I actually got the kelp at the root. So... Which is actually important. Yeah, we don't need to leave these and have them grow back. And up we go. Okay. Have a good night, Victoria. Okay. So, let's go ahead and... So we still have this, like, weird clump right here. I'm trying to remember where I put those potions. Did I put them in the tower? Are they in the boat? They might be in the Technicolor Dreamboat, actually. Water breathing, night vision. Boom! There we go. Water breathing. Okay. And we can consolidate these down to one stack. Merrick says, BT Dubs, Joe, you want your grandparents to be somewhere close, but there are planes, and also as a single parent thinking about a good job money is just a responsible way of thinking. Yeah, like, the thing is, though, if my parents have to get on a plane to see my daughter, like, you know, it's not as, well, like, it used to be, like, if she got sick and I had to go to work, you know, they might be able to come help me out. But I guess I don't have to go to work anymore, so maybe it's not as urgent that they live super close by. But... like, the idea that, like, you know, what if I broke my leg and they needed to help with her or something. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no, when you're a single parent, you're a single point of failure. If something goes wrong, who takes care of your kid, you know? So having them hop on a plane in a situation like that isn't necessarily ideal. I don't know. Hello, a zombie. I'm gonna ignore you. At my own peril! I like that you can see the ship there. That's cool. Okay, so, yeah, this is definitely coming together. Probably gonna have to go dump this stuff in a chest soon, though. Add buoys to mark the shipping channel. That's a good idea. Yeah, the kelp breaking noises are just relaxing. Okay, so let's get the boat out. And maybe boat around and pick up some of the stuff and also drop off the stone. Did I pick up the stone again? Oh, I didn't. Why didn't I put the iron away? That would have been a smart call. Should have put the iron away. That's how kids trip over the ironing board. Yeah, if I meet other parents where I move, that's the other thing too, is like, ideally, right now everything is up in the air. Everything is up in the air. But, you know, I'm kind of looking, part of the problem is that Nashville in particular is super expensive for housing right now, and there are certain other markets where I would have family nearby that are not as hot, and so it's just kind of one of those things, like, I've got to see what I can afford. But no matter where I go, I need to have a plan to make sure that my kid is in a good school. Like, the school has to be at least as good as the one she'd be in here. There has to be some sort of support network, friends or family or people that I know in the area, that sort of thing. I'm just gonna, you know, right now it's too early to make a decision, but I'm just trying to do as much research as I can. I'll spend the next year, you know, visiting some of the places that I'm thinking about moving. I'm gonna see where my family ends up, because several of them are looking at, you know, jobs or stuff like that in different places, and who knows if they get them. So, you know, it's kind of a lot of moving parts. We haven't had a second bucket drop through here. That's actually surprising. So that means these are still running on the lava for right now. Move to the UK and Cleo could help. I don't think Cleo would want to help take care of my child. I think she's trying to get out of the child taking care of business. So let's go ahead and put 16 here, 16 here, 16 here, and 16 here. So that'll cook for a while. How are we on? So we've got some fuel. We got enough fuel in there to go for a while. Let's go get the rest of that kelp before it despawns. Using the powers of boats. I hear a trident zombie somewhere. Do I have my trident? No, I must have put it away for hermits helping hermits. Helping hermits, helping hermits. Okay. Where is that guy? Since I got the water breathing potion anyway, and the night vision. Is he the one down there? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Did he drop a trident? No. Dang it. Okay. Howdy, y'all. Yeah, somebody, let's see. Trent says, but from Nashville is your tagline. Well, I mean, Cleo's tagline is class dismissed, but if she's not a teacher anymore, she can still say it. But, you know, I was talking to some folks, like I was talking to NJ Coffee Junkie about Newark, New Jersey. Apparently, other than the poison water, it's pretty good. So, you know, there's always like, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Newark, New Jersey. See? There we go. I don't even have to rebrand. It's perfect as is. But yeah, that's always one of those fun things. Like, so, like, how poisoned? Is it like Brita filter before you drink it poison? Or is it like you can't take a shower poison? Hola, compadres. Jose Benedicto Hills aquí de la Ciudad de Mexico. I don't know, that doesn't really have the same zing to it. Namvada. I mean, there's a non-zero chance we'll stay in Nashville, because that might just be what makes sense, but, you know, the thing is, when you're looking at, we wouldn't be moving until the summer of 2022. What makes sense then might be completely unimaginable to what makes sense now. But I just got to make sure that I'm positioning myself well to have the resources to be able to afford the best choice at the time. Okay. So let's see. We got a tip via PayPal here. It says no need to read out, so got to do this in my head. Okay, that works. That puts us $15 past our next face camera expansion target. 35 away from the one after this. So here we go. It's time to expand. Just lowering the opacity now to 70%. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, though, Connor, too. Though Connor, too, says, my uncle, who used to be general counsel for the NOAA, which is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, says 98% of the rivers in Jersey are too polluted to drink without treatment. Brita might not be enough. Well, I wasn't planning on drinking straight out of the river, but yeah, good to know. Brita might not be enough is an understatement. Fair enough. So unfortunately, we only found one night vision potion. We got plenty of water breathing, but I feel like I had more night vision potions. Did they end up in the house, or did they end up down in the thing? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I don't know if I could afford to buy a place in New York City. Okay, New York City is one of the most expensive real estate markets on the planet. So yeah. Like, I might be able to afford Hackensack. Hoboken would be really pushing it. I don't think I can afford Hoboken. Which says a lot about how what I could afford otherwise. Let's go check over here. But yeah, because I was thinking about that Billy Joel song, Moving Out. Because there's a whole line, who needs a house out in Hackensack? And I was like, is it me? Do I need a house out in Hackensack? It is convenient to get into the city, which I don't need to do as a daily commute, but I could go to New York City and see Broadway plays and stuff, which I've never been able to see a Broadway play. That would be so cool. But, like, you know, I don't have to live there. But then the next line in the Billy Joel song is that all you get for your money? And so then the question is, like, wait, would I be getting ripped off if I moved to Hackensack? What does Billy Joel know that I don't? The answer is a lot. Because he's, like, from that region. Well, he's from Long Island. So, I don't know. Let's see. So, I'm going to assume... Boom! Water breathing. A lot of those. Where did the night visions go? Maybe I didn't get as many night vision potions as I thought. Maybe I used them all. Okay, so... options. That's already full of fire resistance potions. So, unfortunately, our storage is not really... Well, between all this... Okay, let's put this out here. If we move the fire-breathing potions into the green chest, that leaves us the gold chest to go to Asuma's and get some stuff. Why did I hold on to one? Is it because we're going through the nether? I don't know. Maybe I just have poor judgment. I didn't hang up my parkour star. Not yet. I want to be a 3-star hermit. Not going to brag about having 1 star. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to go to Asuma's. Let's all go to Asuma's. Let's all go to Asuma's. Let's all go to Asuma's. When was Corrales' spoiler thing? Did his video drop yet? I gotta check the spoiler room on the Hermitcraft chat. Oh. Okay. So, if we go to spoilers... Corrales said on the 16th, please avoid the marina on my base until Sunday. It's Monday, so I think we're good. Did Corrales' marina video come out? Okay, awesome. I just wanted to make sure, you know, because I wouldn't be a very good friend or a very good, you know, collaborator if I went around. Oh no, we're out of pork chops. Oh, we got a bunch of pork chops from Tango at Christmas, and I think I ate the final chop. Oh wait, no, we got 64 of them. But we will be out of pork chops. I gotta have a new plan eventually. I guess I could just eat kelp for the rest of the season. Yeah, Silicon Valley is too expensive for me. My first choices are probably Seattle or Boston. But there's a bunch of stuff in the New Jersey, New York metro area. Philadelphia would be a cool place. I don't know. We'll have to see what makes sense. Pork chops. Perhaps Cleo's cow farm can be your cow farm. I'm not sure that's how that works. I do have an endless supply of berries. Oh, that's true. I'll just eat berries. And be accidentally dropping berry bushes everywhere. Everybody loves that. What about Asheville? Asheville doesn't have a PAX. Like, the thing is, a whole bunch of people I know converge on Boston, Seattle, and Philadelphia every year for PAX. And so if I moved to one of those cities, I would get to see, like, 3 or 4 dozen people I know at least once a year. San Antonio would have been in the consideration for the same reason, but that Texas, like, freeze and all that, like, how mismanaged it was, completely just struck Texas from the list for me. Light Jen says New Jersey is more expensive than the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm aware, but I have 0 family in the San Francisco Bay Area and a bunch of family in New Jersey around New York City. So it's kind of one of those, like... Dahlia says Greater Philly has some amazing school districts. Yeah. So let's go to night vision. Leap in strength, health, regeneration, fire resistance, water breathing, turtle master, slow falling, harm and swiftness. Night oh, yeah. Do, 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 do. We found the stairs for the first time. Okay, so potion of night vision's going in there. DeCoop says the Texas freeze was mismanaged, but once you look into what happened, it's not like something that could have been planned for. I didn't like how it went down. I don't feel comfortable moving there now. Like, whether or not they could have... Like, I mean, I think they could have prepared for the weather better, for one thing. I think that the government screwed up in advance, and then the government screwed up while it was happening. And I haven't heard a lot about what happened after that, because I stopped paying attention after deciding, like, to take it off the list. But, I mean, it did not inspire confidence. If they're trying to attract small business owners like myself to Texas, I mean, like... You know, I can't, if I lose power for 2 weeks, like, there were a bunch of creators, like, Mikey Newman from Mikey Does Movies, who, like, his house, the pipes froze, and so they lost everything, basically. Like, pipes froze, flooded his house, tons of stuff was destroyed. It's just, like, I just don't want to deal with that. That's... It was not... They didn't do a good job. And, like, when I see people who are in similar situations to myself, like, his business works a lot like my business, not being able to stream for 2 weeks is very bad. Losing everything because the pipes freeze, because the power being off for that long and the pipes freezing is a bad combination. But even just the power being that unreliable, like, I'm not going to move somewhere that's not on the national grid at this point. Like, Texas has convinced me that my business depends on electricity. I should go somewhere else. Hey, Julia D, have fun with your exam. Okay. Maine would be really cool, but I don't know that it's actually... Maine would be fun. I like nature, and Maine seems like a beautiful state from when I've been there as a child, but... Good night, Merrick. Have a good night. I will do my best to pick a good place with my daughter in mind, yes. NJ says Maine is great, but you'd have to drive everywhere. That's also another point against Texas. Is Texas is a very driving heavy state. Like, I like the public transit in Seattle and Boston is very appealing. That's one of the reasons I was looking at like parts of New Jersey that are like close to New York City because they're on the train lines and stuff. One of my siblings has applied to Princeton, and you know, if that happens, then that would be cool. So, DeCoop says, how do you prepare a standard when our nation has such wide-ranging needs? I mean, I'm not in charge of energy policy. I'm just in charge of making decisions to protect my family and ensure my business doesn't go out of operation for 2 weeks, surprisingly. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm not comfortable with the level of risk that moving to Texas would entail. If other people are, they have different, everybody is in a different situation. So, I mean, you know, but yeah, I'm totally blaming the, like, at the end of the day, when stuff like that happens, you know, what's the government doing about it? Oh, the senator is flying out of the country. It's like, what? Great job during a pandemic. You know, like, I don't want to live there. Yeah. Okay. Critmonger says, I'm stuck in Texas because of my ex. Yeah, that was one nice thing about my ex moving out of state is that, you know, it really opens up options for me. Okay. Seems like we actually did a pretty good job of clearing out a lot of this. Though Connor 2 tips 20, which I can actually acknowledge without drowning because of my potions. Yay, potions. Public transit was and always will be a joke in Seattle. Lived in Washington most of my life. Real sustainable public transit or even a road network ain't happening. I do miss the Princeton area, though. Good to know, though, Connor. That puts us 15 away from the next Beetlejuice expansion. Yeah, I mean, when I looked at Seattle, there were enough walkable places to live. Here's what I'm looking at is I want to live in a place that is immediately walkable, but then I can also like get somewhere like to get on a bus or a train or something. And they're like putting in trains and stuff. Like Nashville doesn't even have like, we have one train and it's kind of a joke. It's called the Music City Star because it was supposed to be a star configuration that went in 5 directions from downtown, but they only completed one of the lines. So it's still called the Music City Star, but it goes in one direction. And One Direction has not been popular since like 2011. So that's a real oversight. Yeah, see, look at this down here. Nobody needs that. That's where the potions really come in handy, being able to see those. Oh, good to know, Mahi Zero. Yeah, well, that video isn't really an ad for the book, but it's more like, I mean, it's more like showing off how cool, like, letting Quinn, like, talk about, like, the cool stuff he's doing, but, yeah, it's not, like, a promotional thing. So, like, it's cool that there's a sale, but I'm not on Paizo's schedule. I'm on mine. Although I am also behind on getting that video out. Yeah. Okay. People are still obsessed with One Direction. Really? I didn't know that. Have a good night, Serena. Okay, so I need to go get another boat, because I thought I had more, but apparently I left it over there. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know, maybe Seattle doesn't have the best public transit, is my point, but, like, compared to Nashville, it seems great. And I've lived in walkable parts of Nashville, and I've lived in non-walkable parts of Nashville, and the day-to-day quality of my life directly corresponds to whether or not I need to get into a car. Like, especially because of my digestive problems, I have, like, some digestion-related fatigue and concentration issues sometimes, and so I have to be way more careful about when I time my meals and stuff like that if I'm going to have to drive later. And so, like, having the option of living somewhere that I can just walk to the places that I need to go it's just way less stressful for me on the whole. So I don't know if One Direction's still a band. I assumed they weren't, but people are saying people are still excited about them, so I don't know. I'm not a One Direction expert, y'all. My point is the Music City Star was supposed to have 5 lines, and it has 1. Okay. One Direction decided to go in 2 directions. Interesting. That's a good way to phrase that. Okay. You know, I'm pretty sure we could get rid of this rotten flesh if we throw it away, like, out here and then back off. Yeah, there we go. Freeing up inventory slots like it's inventory day. Yeah, maybe One Direction went 5 directions like the Music City Star was supposed to. One Direction is a better public transit system for Nashville. I don't know. One thing I really liked about Seattle is that there were these townhomes for rent where it was like it was a 3-bedroom townhome, but it also had like an office on the ground floor, and the office had a window that looked at this lake. And it was less expensive than the apartment that I just moved out of. And I was just like, I could sit on the computer and have the window open and get the air from the lake, and it would just be amazing. So part of my Seattle experience so the thing is, I really love places with a water view, and I have not been able to afford one in Nashville. Also in Nashville, unfortunately, the areas with views of the water tend not to have the best schools. Like, we also don't have water, like, really in the city, either. Like, we have the river, but most of the places on the river, the schools are bad. And then we have lakes outside of town, but then you're not in Nashville anymore. So even though some of those areas have okay schools, you're still not in Nashville anymore. And so it's like, well, it's not walkable. There's no culture. I mean, there's some culture, but it's not the same. I want to live in the city, you know. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Are Corrales City's waterfront properties not affordable? I don't know, maybe. What's the streaming schedule? I stream at 9 o'clock Central Time every day but Tuesday, usually. Sometimes there are exceptions if we have, like, an earlier collaboration event that would, like, make that difficult. But that's the core concept. Okay. But yeah, Seattle has some gorgeous waterfront views with, like, cool stuff nearby, which is not something you can really get in Nashville, sadly. So let's split this into 4 and then split this into 4, and then we can consolidate these into packages of 27 or 28. And okay, so we now have enough kelp in this thing that it's self-sustaining, or kelp-sustaining. I thought it was funny. I do think we should probably go fill these with lava too, though, just so we have them. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah. Like, Brentwood isn't Nashville. Hendersonville isn't Nashville. I've lived in Nashville long enough to know the difference. We tried moving out to Bellevue when Corinne was first born, because it's a lot cheaper. And this was back before Lyft or Uber went out to Bellevue, so maybe it wouldn't be as bad now. But it was just like, I felt trapped all the time living out there. Because it's like, I want to go into the city and do fun stuff, and I can't. Because we only had one car, and also because we didn't have anybody who lived nearby us who could babysit easily, and it was just like a nightmare. So, like, the last thing I want after spending the year stuck in my apartment because COVID is to feel trapped somewhere. I want to live somewhere that, like, I feel like I can just walk out my door and do stuff, you know? Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, the year that we lived in Bellevue, like, that, like, just living there. Not Bellevue, Washington, but Bellevue, Tennessee. It just totally killed my ambition to create anything on YouTube as well. Like, it was just the most demoralizing thing. Because it's like, we lived, like, 3 blocks from a grocery store, but there was no way to get there without, like, possibly getting hit by a car. And if you had a stroller, you definitely couldn't do it because you had to, like, jump across ditches and stuff. Or, like, it was just, like, so obnoxious. Because it's like, I've got a stroller and a baby, and I could put food in, I could put the groceries in the back of the stroller because it's got, like, a little thing if I could get from the apartment complex to the grocery store 3 blocks away. But they're just like, no, you don't live here to not get in your car. And I'm like, I hated it. It was miserable. Parkour across the ditches. I don't mind parkouring myself, but when you got a baby in a stroller, you can't. And it's just like, ugh. Yeah. So, here we go. I need a tank stroller. I hate how everything's tactical. Yeah, let me get a tactical stroller for my child. Okay. So. How are we on daylight? Not great. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. We kind of got sidetracked here, but, like, my brain is pretty fried. I had a crazy day between the... We had an issue with the bathroom sink flooding overnight and a bunch of other stuff. So, okay, wow, it's almost 11. I'm surprised I made it this long, honestly. It's like, because I've just been going since, like, I don't know, I woke up. So yeah, this is looking a lot better though. Yeah, okay, we did it. Okay. Yay. So let's see who we can raid because I need to get some sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a super busy day for me too, even though I'm not streaming, probably. I've got 2 videos to edit. I've got more freelance stuff to do. I've got a bunch of stuff to do with my daughter, which is good because when you're the only adult that a child gets to really see, you need to make time for them. That has to be a priority, okay? You can't not do that. But let's see what is going on tonight. Well, it looks like Incredible is doing a pin crash game, which is like a pinball challenge where I think the number of flips matters. Why don't we go ahead and raid him? I watched his stream the other night. I watch a lot of pinball streams because like I can't watch Minecraft all the time or I'll go crazy. I need to take a break from Minecraft because it's so, yeah. But Incredible seemed pretty fun when I checked out his stream a couple weeks ago. So we're going to go ahead and raid him. Go ahead and say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Doo-doo.